Here we go, August +1. Some really nice weather. Seas were either very, very choppy or quite calm, or a bit in between, so all over the place. Sister came down to visit with me and my daughter, so a couple of videos, a couple of sails there. Getting the sail trim sorted out, and also some more watch it festivities. But first of all, I'd say when I started doing these videos back in January, it was mainly so I would have a record myself of kind of what I was doing, because I'm very lazy at actually doing videos and recordings. But I feel that if I push myself and promise to put something out each month, at least one video a month, then I'll do it. So it's not, you know, I'm not an expert on either DIY or sailing. I do enjoy living on a boat. I enjoy what I do an awful lot, and if you're willing to sort of cope with the incompetencies and so on, and I do welcome comments to show me where I'm going wrong, then you're welcome aboard. So thank you for everybody that's kind of watching the videos and so on. And I just can't promise it's going to get any better. So, you know, if you're a bit worried about it now, then probably the best thing to do is turn off. But anyway, why say? I mean, life in general, as well as sailing, it should be fun and it should be an adventure. And to be quite honest, I think you can have fun and adventure with any size boat. My only regret is I didn't do the sort of Swallows and Amazons thing when I was much younger. Fantastic books, by the way. If you haven't read Swallows and Amazons, you need to. The 1974 film was fantastic, and I haven't seen the new one out yet. But what's it really like going out on a boat with your sibling and your daughter? Is it like Arthur Ransom or the films portrayed it? Well, to be quite honest, it's not too far from that actually, which is quite nice that you can still kind of capture that sort of stuff. So let's have a quick view of this is nice calm day. Wind was just absolutely fine. It was just beautiful. Sister came down, daughter on the boat. Let's just have a look at it.
Look how pretty watch it is from far, far away.
Regular listeners will realise that almost every time I go out to pull up the main sail, I leave something tied on and don't recognise it until, well, anyway.
All caught on camera.
Yeah, so anyway, I put the sail up before we went out to shake out a reef that I put in before and completely forgotten. Well, I don't know why. I put a sail tie back on and I've got no idea why I did it.
You're not allowed to edit out embarrassing moments.
And the astute amongst you might realise there's something wrong with the leech. See how long it takes me to spot that.
Sailing. Helpful crew.
Helpful crew on the phone, trying to figure out how to record things. Right, okay. Help if I would have my glasses on, but they're right by the if we sink up to ring the Coast Guard.
What's it like having some extra helping hands?
Well, I pointed at...
There's two of them.
There's you. Oh, God. Help, I'm stuck on a sailboat with these two. Yeah, okay, after about 3/4 an hour, spotted it. Got one of the reefing lines caught up around one of the other reefing lines. I had a piece of rope back there.
Oh, right, so let's stop it from going right away.
Self-steering. Yeah. Occasionally helps to have the invisible man on board.
More helpful than the two visible
More helpful,
ladies.
more helpful than the visible two ladies. Thank you very much. So,
Well, the one
Yeah.
thing I do get is I get emails here.
so you getting your
I
emails,
get
eh?
my emails.
Actually, so for all my bad sail trim, that must mean that it's kind of roughly trimmed up. You're supposed to be able to steer the boat by getting the sails sorted. No, that's fine. Just let's get from trim. Getting the sails sorted, and then the boat's supposed to run a sail itself. Never quite sure who's got priority when you come into harbour, particularly yacht versus very small rowing boat. You're exactly where I want to be. Go in there, otherwise I will run you down and claim nobody saw me. I'm pulling into there next to Tortula, so just keep going forward or backwards. Yeah, well, for the litigious amongst you, I didn't actually run him over. I do know him, by the way, and he wasn't seriously hurt anyway, so no real harm done. So there we go. That was fun enough, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. Certainly nice. And then just before she went back, the wind picked up a bit. I did put in one reef. Didn't probably really need to. The water was a little bit choppy at the beginning, but kind of smoothed out a little bit. Daughter came on the boat again, and we had a lovely sail. Although she does accuse me at one point of trying to kill her with the boat, but you can be the judge of that. So how do you like it a bit choppier?
I do not.
You do not what?
I do not like it.
Like you don't like what?
I do not like it choppy.
Well, don't get hit by it, but don't worry about it.
Dad just tried to kill me with a boat.
No, we just jibed with a boat. Well, okay, maybe she's got a small point there. That could have been done a little bit smarter, couldn't it? But I'm not going for Dad of the Year contest or anything, so... And talking of bad sailing, remember this from July. Thanks for all the comments on how to get the sail better adjusted. So this has taken a month or so back, and I followed some of the advice that was given and basically rolled the sail in a little bit so the foot was just above the pulpit. I pulled the Genoa car back forward along the track quite a bit, so it wasn't interfering with the guide with the safety lines, and I also pulled the leech line in a little bit, and same point of sail and much better. Brilliant. So thank you for all the advice. What? I was filming laying on the front. Sorry, I was filming laying on the front there, and my daughter had thought that I'd fallen overboard. That's why she's smiling. Is that why you're smiling?
I wasn't that worried.
No, you weren't, were you?
I thought I got myself through.
Yeah, we were right out there. I'll show you that on the chart actually later, and you can see how far away how close it is to shore actually, because it looks as if we're halfway to Wales, doesn't it? We're north.
How long does it take to get to Wales?
Do you know how to get to Wales in a mini?
Get to Wales what?
Do you know how to get to Wales in a mini?
Right.
One in the front, one in the back. 2 whales in a mini. I'm not going to put that on YouTube.
Okay.
So the wind is almost the same strength it was before, and we're going at about the same strength that we were before. It doesn't feel like it at all, does it?
No. Do you want to hear a Welsh joke?
Go on then.
How do you eat Welsh cheese?
Carefully.
Oh.
Maybe that'll go on YouTube, maybe it won't. This is definitely the most comfortable I've been in this sort of short, choppy sea with the wind on the quarter. It really is fabulous. Do this all day, no problem. So there we go, and I could literally fill hours of videos with all the stuff that goes on in Watch It, because there's so much. The town puts so much on each summer, and it really is fantastic. So let's just have a look at a few of the things that happened in the harbour over the last week. Now, Watch It Harbour, the entrance can look quite small in a 28-foot sailboat, so no idea what it looks like from the bridge of the Balmoral, which came in a couple of weekends ago full of tourists. It looked like thousands got off, but it was probably just hundreds, and I'm guessing that they were really coming to see the kind of the Watch It equivalent of the America's Cup, or at least the Louis Vuitton Cup, which is sort of the qualifying point, at which point Watch It itself gets to create the rules for the next stage, which basically involve taking your bathtub and putting it in the harbour, and nobody's really clear of what the rules are from then on in. You kind of just float around. It must be said that for a small town of probably about 2,500 people, Watch It is pretty good at putting on events, and they do it most of the year round, but certainly for almost every single day of the summer there is something going on here. Anyway, that's enough for August. Plenty more DIY things. I've replaced the water tank. I need to do some work to upgrade the batteries and so on. So I will see you next September. Well, I won't see you, but you'll see me, you know what I mean. So anyway, if you subscribe and if you want to, there will be a video at some point in September. See you there. Thanks. Bye.